And we start at 5 with breaking news. State agents moved in on a large illegal marijuana operation in Mays County today. They say it's connected to an organized crime ring on the East Coast. This is video of the raid as it was happening.
The unlicensed and unregulated grow is just a few miles east of Locust Grove and is where state agents, as you just saw, have been much of the day. So glad you're with us tonight. I'm Sarah Whaley.
And I'm Shay Rozzi. We were the first to send you a breaking news push alert about this big bust earlier today.
And we continue our breaking news coverage now with Fox 23 weekend anchor Rick Marinon. He's live with video state agents shared with him that was taken from the sky, as you saw moments ago, as agents were moving in.
That video that we just showed you, and we will show you more of, was actually from a stream in Oklahoma City where supervisors were watching the raid happen in eastern Oklahoma at the same time. This is video shared with Fox 23 by the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics. It shows agents moving in on an industrial facility Tuesday they see as actually an unlicensed and unregulated marijuana grow for pot to be sold on the black market.
It is absolutely 100% under a fraudulent license, and it was a total criminal syndicate with ties to the East Coast that was just an absolute fraud from the very beginning.
OBN Director Donnie Anderson says the bust comes after a one-year investigation into organized crime happening at the site. While they have been cracking down on Chinese and Russian nationals operating illegally in the state, they stumbled upon this operation linked to an organized crime ring in the eastern U.S. These are Americans selling black market and uninspected pot to other Americans.
It has made it very, very difficult on the legitimate people to succeed in Oklahoma when they've had to compete for 4.5, 5 years with some of these criminal elements.
OBN and other state agencies have heard complaints from multiple states that Oklahoma-grown marijuana is showing up where it's not legal, or in some states where it is, the unregulated weed presence is increasing.
This is not only about stopping these criminals from trying to get a foothold, thinking that Oklahoma's the Wild West and a safe haven, which has kind of been our reputation. The word has gotten out around the country that Oklahoma now has some of the most efficient, effective regulatory and enforcement practices in the country.
The agency could not release much more because their suspects were still on the run, but said specifics will be released later once the investigation was over and the criminal justice part of the bust got underway. There was not supposed to be this bust today. What happened was we went down to Oklahoma City for a news conference about a statewide crackdown on illegal marijuana grows, and then the judge signed off on the papers at the same morning, and that's why this happened. So they happened to be watching this video while we were coming down there, and that is how we got a hold of it. Otherwise, it would have taken us days to show you what we just showed you.
And Rick, we've seen this comment on social media a lot of times. Marijuana is just a plant no matter who grows it. So why isn't the state going after harder drugs like fentanyl? So what does the agency say about that?
It is a comment we see all the time. That's why I asked the agency about it. They said they have not given up on meth and fentanyl and the white powdery types of drugs. And in fact, when it comes to operations like this, there are often illegal operations related to the white powder type of drugs hidden inside these marijuana grows. They say their numbers are up for meth, heroin, cocaine, those white powdery drugs. Their numbers are up just as much as they are for marijuana. So they are continuing to work on this. They just happen to showcase this marijuana grow today. Live covering news that matters, I'm Rick Marinon, Fox 23 News.